comedy is making its way to CBS, Bob Hart's Abishola. It follows a businessman who unexpectedly falls for his cardiac nurse, a Nigerian immigrant, and sets his sights on winning her over. Joining me now are the stars of the show, Gardell and Folake Olowoyeku. Not that good.
Pretty close.
Olowoyeku. See, there you go. There it is for you. So tell us a little bit about what we can expect with this new comedy.
Me?
Yes. Sure.
Okay. Bob Hart's Abishola is a story that I think is very important right now because it's about kindness, and it's about heart, and it's about funny, and it's about finding love or seeking love in a place that maybe you wouldn't have before, and taking a chance to learn about someone, and I think it's a great message.
Now, when you watch all of the trailers, you have such great comedic timing already. Was it an instant connection when you met each other?
I think so.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
That wasn't your plan.
Yeah. There was one time we were in the hallway and we both started humming the exact same melody.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Like, so right off the top? Like,
yeah.
You were like,
and I'm like, why did you hum that? And he's like, I don't know.
And then we had a cast dinner and we ordered the same thing. Right? And then there was like one other, and was like, I think this is going to be fun.
Safe to say this is going to work.
All right. Yeah,
this is going to work.
We're in sync, like you say.
So tell us a little bit, too, about the folds of this comedy, because I like that you're taking on issues of different race and love and age, and what do you want to bring to those that are watching?
Well, I think what we're doing is just an example of kindness. So it's not a political show. It's about kindness. It's about heart, and it's about treating each other in a way so we can learn about each other. And I think that's a nice message, and it's really funny, and it's really sweet, and I think it's what we need right now.
So your character seems to be a little tough off the top. Is she gonna warm up a little?
Oh yeah, I think she's a dynamic personality. When it's time for work, she focuses on work, but she has a humorous side that reveals itself at certain situations. She's also very loving and caring. She's a nurturer, I think.
And what do you think is important to have that culture then shown front and center here on a primetime show?
I think it's important because even though we speak different languages, might eat different types of food, the show shows us that we do have more in common than we don't. And so it's an opportunity to show that, and also to learn from someone from a different place, and an opportunity to expand your palette. Yeah.
So you're a sock guy on the show, right?
Well, if the role called for ex-Olympic swimmer, I probably wouldn't have got it. So yeah, I'm selling socks.
So funny. Did you have any interest in this beforehand? Like, come on.
Well, you know, first of all, Chuck Lorre changed my life with Mike and Molly, and he's such a brilliant man. And then he told me about this idea for this show that he had, and he also brought in Gina Yashere, who's a Nigerian comic, who's also a writer-producer on our show, and she plays her best friend, Kemi. So there's an authenticity to the Nigerian culture. And he said that, you know, this is going to be a show about heart and funny, and he goes, I think you're the guy to play this again. And I was blown away. I mean, I thought they were going to put me out to pasture and let me be the crazy uncle from here on in. And for this to happen, it's been a real gift. And this is a show that I think we go home feeling good every day when we do this. There's such a nice vibe developing amongst our cast. We're really bonding, and we know that it's just special to see kindness and funny and heart. And when you go with those things, I think people are thirsty for that.
You know, I think about the success that you had with Mike and Molly, and that's the type of show that you wouldn't think necessarily could be recreated, to have that kind of authentic chemistry that you've just mentioned. But I feel as though it's really evident, and you're going in that same route already.
I think it all comes down to trust, and we decided to trust. And when you trust each other, that's when great things happen. That's when great moments happen, just like in real life. When you trust, when you're unafraid to trust.
Now, was any of this ad-lib, or is everything scripted for you?
No, they're pretty sharp on their words. Scripted, scripted. Our writers are probably the best in the business. So
I think so.
We're pretty blown away. I mean, they're amazing.
Like, I'd rather not offend you.
Well, no, but our table drafts, you know, you get a table read, and then there's supposed to be adjustments all week until you get your shoot script. And I think the table read is usually like, you could shoot that. That's how good they are. But that's Chuck Lorre and his camp. It's like playing for the Yankees. There's just nobody better. You know?
I like that. Good. Right market. Hey, gotcha.
And I'm a Pirates fan, so I suffer. I know.
So now, as far as what's next to come, what are your schedules like? What are you doing? People always like to hear the kind of the behind the scenes of your everydays.
Well, I have a wife and a child, so I go from the studio home. My wife gives me a list, and then I go do that. That's what happens in my life.
All right, what are you up to?
I'm working on some music, and you might see some of it in the show, and some should be coming out pretty soon.
I wondered, because you're clearly a singer, there's a portion in the trailer that was sent to me where you sing to him to try to get him to do what he's got to do.
Get him to do what?
You're trying to use the restroom, you got a little stage fright. But I wondered that. So are you then a singer, also a musician? What are you doing?
I play a little guitar. I like to masquerade as a guitarist. And I studied audio engineering, so I'm constantly creating music, and I will finally start releasing some.
Oh, that's wonderful. We can't wait to hear of that as well. So
Thank
for
you.
people that you want to try to entice to tune in on that Monday in September, what would you say to them?
I would say if you want to laugh and if you want to feel good
Okay.
and you want your heart to be pulled on a little bit, this is the show for you.
Yeah.
You guys are good people. I had time to spend with them at the upfronts too, and one of my faves.
That's
So
right.
we are rooting for you to do your best.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having
Yeah,
us.
of course. Bob Hart's Abishola airs Monday, September 23rd. It's at 8:30 Eastern, right here on CBS.
CBS.
Tune in.
CBS.